Okay, great. So as I mentioned, go ahead and get yourself set up in a kneeling position. You could also do this standing if that is better for you, if the knees are not happy here. All right, so we're just going to take a minute to lengthen through the torso and the flexors as we go. All right, so again, either kneeling or standing. We're going to take the arms reaching out to the side, and then one arm up, one arm down, and reaching up and over. You might find your fingertips to the floor. Try not to let your hips shift to the side. Really keep the hips vertical as you reach up and over. Exhale, bring yourself back up. Let's try the other side, reaching up and lengthening one side of the body, condensing the other side, reaching, feeling that long side body stretch. Inhale, exhale, zip it up, bring it back up. We'll try that again, adding a little something. So we're reaching up and over to the side. And now I'm going to scoop my abdominals up and in and reach on the diagonal. And then come back to sideways position. And then bring myself back up. And try that on the other side, reaching up and over. And then hollowing the abs, reaching on that diagonal. So you feel some stretch into the low back. And bring yourself back to sideways and bringing yourself back up. I'm going to turn sideways now so you can see. I'm going to contract and round my spine and fold into a little ball. So I'm stretching through my upper back and opening there. Come back to center and then open your chest, reaching the arms wide, feeling that stretch through the arms as well. And coming back to center. Do that again. Contract and round, folding into a little ball, folding at the waistline. I'm pulling behind my thighs here to stretch through the shoulder blades. And then coming back to center. And then opening and serving, reaching up. Breathing there, back of the neck long. Good, and then relax. I want to face you again. We're going to go into a little lunge here. So I'm bringing one foot out in front of myself, and then I'm just pressing my pelvis forward. So my knee is directly over my heel there, and I'm stretching my hip flexors. That's the feeling that length in the front of that back leg there. Reaching and stretching there. Good. Take that same arm as the leg that's back and reach it up. And then we're going to gently, just slightly curve over to the side. So you may feel a little deeper stretch through the hip flexors there. And breathe. Good. Bringing it back up. And then carefully exchanging other side. Bringing the other leg forward. And again, pressing the pelvis forward so you feel that stretch in the front of that hip. That's it. Easy shoulders, nice and relaxed. And then as you're ready, we're going to take that arm up and then side bending away. So you feel that deeper psoas stretch there. Breathing and lengthening there. Good. And then bring yourself back up and carefully release out of that. Very good. Let's go ahead and have a seat now. And you can adjust. So you're sitting so that your feet are a good shoulder distance apart here. I'm going to take, again, either behind my thighs or on top of my shins. We've done this before, contracting and rolling back and feeling some of that deep stretch again between the shoulder blades, scooping the belly deeply, rounding and feeling that hollowing here. And then rocking yourself forward. And again, sliding the shoulders down the back. Keep the back of the neck nice and long and just send your heart lifting up to the ceiling. And then back to center. Let's try that again. Contracting and rolling back. Pulling away from the arms. Stretching between the shoulder blades. And then again, folding and bringing yourself back up to vertical. Lift your heart, open your chest, send the shoulders away from those ears. Good, and then back to center. You can hold on or challenge yourself, try without your hands. We're going to roll down onto our back, exhaling, scooping out the belly, and contracting one vertebrae at a time. Rolling right back down onto your back. That's it. When you get there, place the soles of your feet together, a little prayer position, and let your knees open to the side. So we're just taking another moment to open up through the fronts of the hips, allowing the weight of the knees to open things up. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just feel the weight of your heart and the belly sinking down onto the floor, taking a few breaths there. Good. And then we'll release that. Bring the hands to help the knees come back into the chest, hugging your knees into your chest. And taking a moment there to breathe nice and long. Good. We'll go into our stirring from here. So hands on the kneecaps and just circling the femur bones around a few times. Good. And then going the other direction. Great. And then I always like doing a nice twist stretch at this point. So we'll take our arms reaching up to the ceiling and then opening out to the sides in a big T shape. Pausing for a moment just before you get to the floor so you feel that reach from fingertip to fingertip. And then on your next exhale, dissolve, melt, release, relax completely into the floor. And now we'll take a twist. Knees to the left, head to the right, spiraling the spine. Opening through the chest and shoulders. Nice, easy, low back. Maybe feeling some outer hip stretch as well. On your exhale, scoop your abdominals in to bring your pelvis back to center. Your legs follow, and then let's go the other direction. Knees to the right, head rolls to the left. And again, breathe it easy here. Nice wide expanse across the chest. And again, exhale, abs bring you back to the center. Back to the middle. Good. I'm extending my left leg long on the floor now and keeping my right knee folded in. That's it. So we're feeling that fold in the crease of the hip. Working that range, flexibility there. Let's hold that right knee with the right hand and we're going to rotate, turn the thigh out and open it out to the sides. So kind of pulling your knee open to the right. Try not to let your pelvis roll over to the side, so keep your hips even on the floor. But feeling that inner thigh stretch there. Good. And again, zip up those abdominals, bring the leg up. Take it with the opposite hand now on the outside of that right knee, left hand to the outer knee. Take one more spiral twist. So bringing that thigh across to the left. Again, feeling more of that stretch on the outside there. Good. And then bringing it back to the center. Now then, once your pelvis comes back to the middle, let's extend the leg a little bit and we're going to work through the foot. So we're pulling the toes back to flex and then rolling back through to point. And pulling the toes back to flex and rolling through to point. And again, flex and point. And last time, flex and point. And now we're circling the ankle around a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and then other way, a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Now lengthening the leg up, finding your hamstring stretch and finding that leg coming in a little bit deeper. If you can hold behind your thigh here or a little bit higher up toward the ceiling or toward that calf there. And again, nice deep breaths there. And Greg, I'm wondering if you can just record the video and then we can post it to the Facebook later. Okay. Good. Bend the knee, flex the foot, relaxing that stretch, folding it in. And then exhale, reaching through the heel, feeling that deeper calf stretch. That's it. And then point through the foot, perhaps getting a little deeper hamstring stretch. Let's do that one more time. Bending the knee, folding the leg in. Take a little breather. And then exhale, send your heel to the sky. Feeling that stretch to the back of the calf. Point the foot now and maybe bring it in a little bit deeper. Good. Before we change sides, go ahead and just bring that leg a little bit lower. Soften the knee. Place your hands down beside you as your training wheels, and we're going to do our hip circles here. The leg goes across your body, inhaling. Exhale, circle, stir down, around, and up, trying to keep your pelvis as steady as you can. Inhale across the body. Exhale, circle. And 2 more. Inhale and exhale, stir. And again, inhale and exhale, circle. Let's reverse it. Opening out to the side, inhale, and exhale, down, around, and up. And again, 2, and scoop, keeping the pelvis level. Abs are active here. Inhale, exhale, around. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale, circle. Good. Now cast that long leg all the way down to the floor and just let it rest there, nice and heavy, maybe feeling a little bit longer and more open in the front of the hip. So let that right leg stay there. Fold your left leg into your chest. We'll do the whole shebang over on this side. So again, finding that fold, easy neck and shoulders, working that range of the femur bone, folding in the hip socket. And then holding the thigh with that left arm, or right hand, or left hand, opening that leg open to the side. So now we're getting that inner thigh stretch. Again, keep this other hip from wanting to roll off the floor. Okay? Just testing the range. Good. Zip up those abdominals, bring the leg back up, and then we're going to take the opposite hand, right hand to the outside of that left knee, and again, spiral twist. Thigh comes over to the right, turn your head to the left, another chance to breathe into that low back. Good, and then again, abdominals help support you, bring you back to the middle. And then we'll just extend the leg just a bit, just to get into our footwork. So we're pulling the toes back, flex, and then point, checking your alignment as you do that, making sure that you keep the foot evenly pulling back and pointing, and flex, and point, and a few circles each way, circling, 2, 3, and then a reversing, 1, 2, and 3. And now we get into our hamstring stretches. Lengthen that leg as much as you can and find a good place to hold on, either behind the thigh or at the calf. As you're doing that, be careful not to hike your hip up. So keep it long through both sides of the waistline as you breathe in. Maybe you just grab a hold of your pant legs. That's okay too. Bringing that leg in towards you. Easy, easy shoulders. And again, from here, we bend the knee and flex the foot, releasing that stretch, just giving yourself a little break. And then as you exhale, reach to the heel, extend, feel the calf stretch. Good morning, good afternoon. And then point, get a little deeper, closer stretch in there. Let's try that again, folding it in. Big deep inhale and exhale, extend through the heel. That's it. And then extending the ankle, guiding that leg back in. Good job. Okay, so then we can soften it a little bit. The knee can be relaxed. The hands can be beside you as your training wheels. Put on that abdominal seatbelt. 4 circles each way. We start across the body. Inhale. Exhale, circle down, around, and up. And again, inhale, 2. And around. And 3. And 4. Let's reverse. Inhale, opening, and exhale, circle. Keeping that other leg on the floor long. Inhale, and exhale, circle. 2 to go. Inhale, and exhale, scoop. Last time, inhale, and exhale. Good. Reach the leg, cast it away, all the way back down to the floor, and relax there. Just kind of wag your legs in and out, rotating your legs, your feet, lengthening and loosening up those hip joints. Then you can either bend your knees going into roll up, or you can keep your legs long, whatever works best for you. Taking the arms up to the ceiling And then lengthening over your head, feeling your abdominal support. Here we go into our roll up. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, nodding chin to chest, finding that sternum folding, peeling up, feeling that water wheel through your spine. And then we'll just hover and reach, feeling that length through the spine, upper back wide, hollowing the belly away from your fingertips. Exhale, scoop and roll your spine back down, one vertebra at a time. Soften those shoulders. That's it. And melting down one vertebra at a time. That's it. And we'll try that a few more times. Reach the arms overhead. Inhale, the arms coming up. Exhale, see how smoothly you can go. Try not to use a big jolt of momentum. See if you can smooth it out. I'll show you another variation should you need a little assistance here. So again, fingertips reaching, hovering, hollowing the belly. Exhaling, sliding the shoulders down, rolling down. So as you do this, if you need to, bend your knees and hold on to the backs of the thighs to help yourself up and down. There you go. Rolling back down. I'll do one more with the knees bent variation. Here we go again. Arms reach, abs are with you. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, nodding chin to chest. If you need to, take the backs of the thighs, help yourself back up. There you go. Good. And then again, this time let's open the legs apart, or the sitting bones apart, kind of waddle a little bit, and then take a little deeper stretch over the legs. So you're feeling that stretch, lengthening. Good. Very nice. And then once again, rolling your spine back down, shoulders softening, lengthening and melting back down to the floor. Good. So now everybody bend your knees, place your feet into that sitting bone distance apart position here. And we're just going to relax, palms up, surrendered at your side, and we're moving into our bridge. So we're going to inhale, support, scoop those abs, exhale, contract, and peel the hips up. Really thinking about knees pouring up and over your feet. So you're lengthening the areas that we stretched with those lunges earlier. So feeling that open through the front of the hips. Hamstrings and glutes are strong, so feeling that support underneath you. Take a breath in. Exhale, getting longer and longer in between the spaces of the spine as you melt down one vertebrae at a time. Really try to hollow out through your belly and roll, unfurl that spine back down. Let's try that again. Big breath in and exhale. Scoop and peel it up. And again, feeling nice and parallel through those legs, not letting the knees want to splay open. You're feeling that stretch, easy neck and shoulders here. Take a deep breath in, exhaling, hollowing again, rolling it out, melting it down. That's it. And let's try this again. Inhale and exhale. Scoop and roll it up. Good. Feeling long through the front of the hips. Now here's a little challenge for us. We're going to take one ankle, folding it over like you're sitting in a chair, and let that thigh open to the side. So I've got this ankle crossed over, right ankle,
That's cool.
and then opening there. I'm going to mute that, please. Thank you. And you're feeling that open quality in the front of the hips. Perhaps spiral. Let your hip dip down. Feeling a little different stretch. And then bring it back, feeling your pelvis still level. And then take the foot off and then place it back down. Let's see if we can do the other side, still staying suspended in space. So I'm floating one foot off, crossing my ankle like I'm casually sitting in a chair. No big deal, right? Feeling that support, still lifting the hips, abs strong. Then tip, dipping that knee down, feeling a little spiral twist in the spine. Bring it back to level, keeping the hips lifted. Uncross that leg, replace it back down, reestablish that bridge because mine's drifted down. I'm sure yours might have as well. Inhale, exhale, take that time again to roll back down. Woo, very good. Hug those knees into your chest, take that little stretch. Good. And again, today we're going to practice that little scoop lifting the hips, going into our rollover stretch. So you can have your hands as your training wheels beside you. See if you can bring your knees into your chest and peel your hips just a little bit above the floor and then roll down with control. That's the key word. Scoop and slowly roll down. So hopefully feel that work in your low belly. Hollow and scoop and roll down. A few more times like this. Try to keep the neck and shoulders soft and easy. And 2 more. Exhale, scoop and roll it down. And 1 more time, scoop. Let's roll all the way up to a sitting position. There you go, little transition. And now we try our rolling like a ball to continue that massage for the low back. So we're holding onto our ankles, shoulders away from the ears, belly hollowing. We pull our abdominals so deep that that's what tips us off balance. Exhale, roll back up and see if you can find your brakes, find your balance at the top. That's right. And try that again. Inhale, rock. Exhale, roll and balance. Good. Continuing. Inhale, roll. Exhale, find that pause at the top. Good. 1 more time. Inhale, rock. And exhale, roll. Okay. Take your hands on the outsides of your ankles here and bring your shins parallel to the floor. Check in with your shoulders. Relax your shoulders down and just find that little tabletop position. Good. Loosening up the hips. Just open the legs apart. Testing that range. Can you still hold your balance? Low belly strong. Zip up those pants. Bring the legs back together again. Good. Furthering the challenge. Extend one leg. You can still hold on to it. That's it, everybody. And bend it. Other side. Reaching up. And bending it in. Still feel your abdominals strong. See if you can let go with your hands. Find your balance, inner thighs together. If you're feeling ambitious, see if you can stretch the legs a little straighter. Find your balance there. Woo! And then once again, bend into that little ball. We're going to hold on to our right shin, left hand on top of, or just under the knee, right hand on the outside, left leg extends. Scoop out your belly and slowly roll back down. Woo! Teeter-totter moment. Finding that place where you're folded at your sternum and you're looking through your legs at the wall on the other side of the room. Let's alternate legs. We pull in, switch. Pull in, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Good. Inhale and inhale and exhale and exhale. Keep moving. Inhale and inhale and exhale and exhale. 1 more set. Inhale and inhale and exhale and exhale. Good. Go ahead and rest your head on the floor. Take a moment there. Turn your head side to side. Good job. So now we're going to go into our single straight legs, or the scissor exercise, now that we have those long hamstrings. So again, finding that chest fold, curl yourself up. If that doesn't work for you, use your mat to make a little cradle for your head, and then you can continue with the choreography. Otherwise, extend the legs long, scissor one leg down, the other leg holding high. We get a little pull and a pull switch, and pull and a pull switch. I'm zipping up my abdominals as I exhale, especially sending my abdominals deeper in. Inhale, inhale, exhale, reach and reach. Couple more. In and in. Exhale, exhale. Last time. In and out and out. Good. Relax back down. Take a moment there to relax. And we'll do one more, my favorite, crisscross, because it works every abdominal fiber you've got. Hands go behind the head for this one so you can support yourself this way. Again, finding that chest fold, nodding at the sternum to bring yourself up. We're going to, again, have alternating legs, one leg bent, one leg extended, rotating around your sternum, bringing opposite elbow to knee, and looking past the other elbow. We slowly rotate and twist. And we twist. Good, let's breathe. Inhale, switch. Inhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Exhale, switch. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. One more set, we can do it. Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, and relax. Very good. Let's take another twist stretch. Open those arms back out to the side. Once again, knees to the left, head to the right. If you'd like a little bonus stretch here, you can extend your top leg. Give it a little extra stretch there. You can hold on to it with that left hand. Good. And then again, bend both knees together. Scoop your abdominals, gather your pelvis back to center. Let's do that for the other side. Twisting knees to the right, head to the left. And again, in case you'd like a little extra stretch, extend that top leg. Hold on to it there. Breathe into those tight spots. And then bend and gather, return. Good job. Let's see if you can roll yourself back up again. We're going to go into our spine stretch forward now. So sitting nice and tall with the legs shoulder distance. You can bend your knees a little bit if you're feeling that tightness. My main objective is that we don't have this slouched posture, but that you're vertical as much as you can with your pelvis. So whatever you need to do with your legs, if you can extend, great. Extend your arms out in front with your zombie fingers. We inhale tall. Exhale, hollowing the belly and reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the heels. My toes are pulled back nice and flexed. I'm looking toward my belly button. And then inhale, stack the spine from the base, slowly rolling up, shoulders drifting down. Let's do that again. Exhale, pull like somebody's got you by your belt, pulling you backward. And you're reaching, 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 stretching that upper spine. Inhale, roll yourself back up. Adding some extension now. We go into that same reach forward, hollow and reach. Come back to vertical again. But this time I'm going to pull my elbows back into a goalpost and then lift my heart. So once again, I'm arching the upper spine. Reverse that again. Go forward into that spine stretch forward, hollowing over. Coming back to vertical. My elbows bend. My sternum lifts. I look up at the ceiling. One more time. Going through that range. Forward and curve. Inhale, stack it up. And pull the elbows back. Open your heart. And return. Good. Place your feet close together now. We're going to do an exercise called spine twist. We're going to place our hands on our shoulders, on our epaulets here. All right? And this is going to be a rotation from my middle, from my waistline, not from my hips. So really feel that your feet stay in the same place. My legs don't change. It works from the waistline up. We're going to take a big, tall inhale and then wring it out progressively. Exhale, 1. Exhale, twist 2. Exhale, twist 3. Inhale, back to center. Other side. Exhale, waistline, rotate 1. Exhale, 2. Exhale, 3. Inhale, center. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Again, exhale, wring it out 1. Deeper twist 2. Don't let the legs change. 3. Inhale, center. Again, exhale, wring it out 1. Exhale, deeper 2. Deepest 3. And center. Release your arms. Reach all the way up. And then lengthen out. Folding, hinging all the way as far as you can. And then reach your hands down to the floor. Taking that hamstring stretch. Low back stretch. Just doing the best you can with what you've got. And then scoop and roll yourself back up. We're going to flip over onto our bellies now. And I'll be this way so I can still see you. Okay. So finding that length in the front of the hips. And let's make our little pillow for our forehead. So just stack one hand on top of the other. And then you can rest your forehead there. Make sure you're not scrunching your shoulders up to your ears here. Keep that long space from ears to shoulders. And we're going to lengthen one leg out behind us at a time. So I'm sending laser beam energy out through that leg and then floating it and lifting it up. So I'm feeling the muscles in the back of the thigh active and the gluteal muscles there. reaching it up with a long leg, and then floating that leg back down. Let's continue alternating like that. So we're just going to reach one leg up, keeping it long, trying to keep those hip bone headlights anchoring, and then lowering back down. Again, float and lengthen. Feel the abdominal support lifting up, and then lowering back down. And again, float and lift and reach, and then lowering it back down. Now then, extend your arms out in front of yourself. Okay, you can have your head just floating off the floor. We're going to do opposite arm and leg at the same time. So if I float my right leg, I lengthen and lift my left arm. Reaching, 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 and then lowering it back down. Make sure that you have that zip through your abdominal so you don't feel your low back take all the work. Other side, left leg, right arm. Reach and lengthen. Belly button pulling up and in away from the floor. And then lowering it back down. Just one more time here. Reaching opposite arm and leg, float and lift, and then lengthening it back down. And other side, lengthen fingertip from fingertip to toe tip, opposition, reaching, 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 and then lowering it back down. Good, make that little pillow, wag your hips side to side, relax your low back. Good. Let's take a little moment to do a thigh stretch or a quad stretch here. So while you're resting, I'm bending my right knee, and I'm going to grab it with my right hand. So maybe I grab my pant legs or my ankle, just finding that place where if you bend your knee, pulling your heel towards your tush, you feel that stretch in the front of the thigh. If it feels painful, do not do. Yeah. If you can, think about lifting your thigh a little bit up off the floor. You'll get a little deeper stretch through even up higher at the top of the hip. Breathing there. And then again, gently release, relax. Let's try the other side. Bending the other knee. If you can, grab a hold of that foot. Pull that heel in toward your tush. If you can, extend and lift that thigh a little bit off the floor, feeling that stretch to the front of the quads. And again, carefully release and lower that back down. Let's come up into an all fours position now. Finding that nice long spine, shoulders right over the hands, belly lifting. And let's do our sternum push-ups from here. So I'm going to let my sternum sink down toward the floor. My arms stay straight. I'm just letting my head come closer to the floor. Then I'm going to lift my heart and open my back and feel wide across the shoulders. Let's do that again. Chest sinks down. You may feel your shoulder blades sliding closer together. And then lift your heart, feeling your shoulder blades widen farther apart. And one more time like that, sliding through the arms. And then lifting, creating more space between your heart and the floor. Now maintain that sense there. And we're going to do just like what we did on the belly in this position, sliding right toes and left fingertips out on the floor. So now I'm just balancing on my on a knee and a hand. See if you can lift just an inch or two. And then come back to the floor and return. We're trying to do this without any major shifts of weight or teeter-tottering. Other side, abs lift, slide opposite fingers and toes, so you still have connection to the floor. And then barely lift without sagging in the middle. Keep reaching through those fingers and toes, abs lift. Lowering it back down, graceful transition back to all fours. One more each side. The sky, fingertips and toe tips lengthen, and then float, reach, energy out to the top of your head, looking down at the floor, and return. Other side, last time, glide and slide, abs lift, and float, and returning back down carefully underneath yourself. Round through your cat back, feel that stretch between your shoulder blades. And then slowly hinging back into a child's pose position. So feeling that place of stretch again through the upper back, through the low back. Take a moment to breathe here. If it feels better for you to open your knees wider apart, you can do that as well. Good. We're going to reach our fingertips over to the left. So I'm reaching, walking my hands over to the left, and then maybe think about sliding your hips a little bit over to the right. So you feel that side C curve of the body. Side stretch to the side of the waistline, the lats, up into the armpit. And then bring yourself back to neutral, back to center. Let's try the other side. Fingertips walk over to the right. Slide your hips over to the left. And then a little deeper side bend. Good, and then bring yourself back to side, back to center. And abs, scoop, drop your tail, roll back up. I'm covered in cat hair because the dog and the cat like to play on my mat when it's sunny out here. So now then, we're gonna go on to our side. And this is part of our strength work. So we talked about stretch and strength. So we're going to be on our, just balancing on one hip. I'm going to start this with my legs both bent, okay? And I'm going to create a nice flat body, so try not to twist forward or back as we do this. My shoulder is directly over my elbow. You can make a fist if you'd rather. But I'm going to press down to lift out of my shoulder, and I'm going to see if I can pick up my hips and balance on the side of my shins there. So I'm just in a long line with my spine, lifting this undercarriage here, and then slowly lowering back down. Let's try that again. Pressing out of the shoulder, create this long space, and lift your hips. That's it. Abdominals are laced up, finding that balance. And lower back down. If that is challenging enough, stick with this. If you want a little different challenge, extend the legs straight. I've got my feet stacked. You can either do it stacked or take your top foot to the back so you have a little bit more of a stagger position, okay? So either way, this one's a little easier, this one's a little harder. Big breath, exhale, float it up. Finding that balance, energy out to the top of your head. That's it, and then lower it back down. One more time, adding the arm if you wish, reach up. Feeling that support underneath you, quiver, quiver. And then lower it back down, release. If your knees are bent, good, go ahead, but everybody bend your knees, sit back up, and either like this or in your fourth position for our mermaid stretch. Inhaling, reaching up, and side bending up and over to lengthen all those muscles you just worked. Good. Take your hand behind your head, inhale. Exhale, hollow the belly and fold into your seashell on the beach. Top elbow coming toward that knee. Good. Bringing it back to sideways position. And reach, reach, reach. Lengthen it out. Very good. Coming back. Now here's our fancy transition. We're going to swing our legs out. Find a little balance. That's it. To the other side, and we get to do the whole thing on the other side. So lower yourself down onto your elbow. We'll do it a couple times with our knees bent and a couple times with our legs straight if you would like. Here we go. Big inhale. Feel that length. Exhale. Press out of that shoulder. Energy out to the top of the head. Lifting your hips up off the floor. Feeling all this strength underneath you. Slowly lower it back down. Okay, we'll do that again. Big inhale. And again, exhale. Press and lift. Really strong through the shoulder, through the waistline, through those lats. Abs are with you. Good. And lower down. Again, 2 more times, either like this or trying it with the legs apart or stacked nice and long. Here we go. Big inhale. And exhale, float and lift. Strength out of that shoulder. Energy out to the top of the head. Abs zipped. Slowly lower down. One more time. We can do it. Exhale, lift, press, side plank. Good. Finding that balance. Reaching through those legs, slowly lower back down, and then swoop into your favorite mermaid position. Hips stacked, feet on top, or in your open position. Take this arm up, long by your ear. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, side bend. Feels so good after a side plank. Feeling that reach. Inhale, hand behind the head. Exhale, fold and twist. Elbow toward the knee. Hollow the belly in, so you're trying to pull your belly button toward the wall behind you. Good. Returning to your sideways position and reaching farther, 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 farther than before. And then bring yourself back up. Good. Bring your legs out in front of yourself. We'll do a few more leg stretches here and for the back as well. So I just have my feet in a little easy butterfly position. You don't have to have your feet close at all. You can have a more open space. We're going to roll forward, hollowing the belly and diving head toward your heels. Stretching out through the hips. Relax through the back. And again, ab zip, roll yourself back up. And then I'm going to press against my knees here and send my shoulders down. And again, lift the heart, opening the chest. And let's do that again. Come up and over the top, nod and round forward, just spilling forward over those legs. And roll it back up. As your spine rights itself, open your heart, lift your chest, slide the shoulders down. Good. And then come back out to center. Stretch out the inner thighs a bit. Extend one leg out to the side. Okay, again, making sure you're both on both sitting bones here. Okay. And we're going to just tiptoe the fingers forward and stretch forward. Keep this leg that's straight. Keep that knee on top as you go. Breathe and stretch out through the inner thighs. Perhaps flex that foot now. Send energy through the heel as you're stretching, feeling a little deeper stretch. And then zip up your abdominals, walk yourself back in. We're going to go into our pigeon pose. You're going to flip yourself over. So I'm on my hands. Turn that leg underneath, so your knee is pointing to the floor. Bringing this bent leg out in front. And then your goal is to slide yourself back to where you feel that stretch in the front of the long leg, your pigeon tail behind you. Okay, you can support yourself with your hands. Open your chest and the shoulders down. If you're able to, gently walk yourself forward, feeling a deeper hip stretch there. And then again, support yourself, lift your chest, open that pigeon breast out in front. Now you're going to sit toward that bent leg side and swing your pigeon tail around into a twist. So I've got that leg crossed. I'm pulling it opposite knee to shoulder, sit nice and tall, and then spiral rotate, wringing out your spine. Take a few deep breaths there. And then unwind. Place the same hand on the inside of that knee and press against it to twist the opposite direction. And then come back to center. This part's optional. All of it's optional. You can put your knees stacked on top of each other as best you can. And then gently hinging forward just to feel different stretches, different places to stretch through the hips. And then again, we'll roll it up and do all of that on the other side. So extending the other leg out to the side, folding the other one in, getting that inner thigh stretch so this leg is open and turned out. We're going to walk our hands forward, trying not to let this leg roll inward. So keep that knee on top as best you can. Goal being to feel that stretch through the inner leg and the hips and the back. Again, you can flex the foot, reach energy through that heel. And again, scoop those abs in, roll yourself back up to a sitting position. We'll rotate over into our pigeon pose. So rolling the hips over. You can play with this angle of this knee, whatever feels good. You can make it a less bent angle if that's better for you. See if you can slide yourself back so you're feeling that stretch into the front of the hip flexors there. Always breathing. If you're able, fold yourself forward. And again, abdominal strong, press yourself up, open your chest, triumphant pigeon. And then sit toward that bent leg side, swing your pigeon tail around and cross it in front. And we'll go into our seated twist. So again, I'm pulling that knee to the opposite shoulder. Lift your spine long and tall as you spiral rotate. And focus on your breath here again. Using your eyes to continue looking around the corner. And bring it back to center, and then same arm as leg, press on the inside, push and twist the other direction. Good, and then again, coming back to center, if you should so choose, stack your knees on top as best you can and just hinge forward a bit until you feel a place of stretch. And again, bring yourself back up. Let's go back onto hands and knees to finish out today. We're going to go into our calf stretch. So I'm on all fours. I'm going to extend one leg back and place my ball of the foot, toes on the floor. And then I'm going to actively press my heel down. I'm pushing away from my hands and feeling that length. Nice long straight leg in the back. Feeling that stretch through the calf, through the toes. Good. And then replace it other side, bring the other foot back, ball of the foot on the floor, and then press, trying to reach that heel to the floor, feeling that deep stretch, lifting the knee long through the back of the leg. Good. Bring it back to center. If you're okay to do a push-up position, bring one foot back, abs strong, lift and find the other leg joining it. We're just going to pause here for a breath or two, feeling energy out to the top of the head, feeling that last bit of strength around your center, keeping you suspended, and then hinge back, reach your tail to the ceiling, maybe walk your hands back a little bit and find your downward dog position. You can bend your knees if you need to here, perhaps treading through the feet, rolling through, bending one knee at a time. Let your head hang, let your chest open. And at last, reaching both heels as much as you can toward the floor. Feel that lift of the belly here. And then we're going to slowly walk our hands to our feet. Bend your knees, soften. Bring yourself back. Just hanging over your waistline here. Feeling your feet solid underneath you. Let go of your shoulders. Let go of your head. Now then, continue that curl, bending the knees, curling the tail under, rolling up, feeling the abdominals support you as you slowly right yourself to vertical. And we'll just take a deep breath. Reach your arms out to the sides and up above you, reaching to the ceiling. Big inhale and exhale, release. And do that one more time. Inhale, reaching up. Big reach and stretch, exhale, lowering down. And that's all for today. Thank you very much. I hope that feels better.